Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This is going to be about the Dubois contract. He signed the qualifying offer for 1 year, $6 million. I've seen that a few people are confused about this and why he signed the deal and everything else. So today I'm just going to walk through the scenarios that could play out due to this contract. So, 1 year, $6 million. It was the qualifying offer that he could have accepted a while ago. He didn't, obviously, because he probably thought he was getting traded. So it makes sense that he takes it now. And he didn't file for arbitration because arbitration is tough. It's not a very good process for people that don't know what goes in arbitration. The team pretty much has to slash that player and tell the arbitrator that he's awful and that he's bad. They'll pull up a bunch of stats showing all the bad stuff, but they won't show the good stuff. And then the player is going to show how good he is and try to prove to the arbitrator that he deserves more money. Usually, the arbitrator just divides the team's offer and the player offer in half and then puts it straight in the middle. That's usually what happens, and it's just a damaging process. Players don't like going through it. Teams don't like going through it. It makes things weird. So it makes sense that he didn't go that route. So another thing, though, with the arbitration, it's been thought that Dubois was worried about his 2020-2021 season when he got traded from Columbus to Winnipeg. With the way things were in the league that year with COVID and everything going on, he wasn't at his best, and a lot of Jets fans were worried about him, but he did bounce back the following season. But he was worried that could cut into his contract, and the arbitrator might give him less than the qualifying offer. So just some stuff to think about there, but at the end of the day, accepts the deal, 1 year, $6 million. So now what does this mean? It could very well mean that Pierre-Luc Dubois is at training camp. I don't think a lot changes in this situation. I don't think all of a sudden he's, wow, I'm going to be in Winnipeg for the rest of my career. I highly doubt that's the situation that we're dealing with right now. But I am leaning towards him being at training camp come September, October for sure, because he's got an interview on Monday. He's talking to the press. That should be interesting. I might have a video on that if there's anything fun or interesting or kind of controversial in there. So we'll see what happens Monday. But, I mean, he's having a media appearance. I doubt he's going to have the media appearance and say, oh yeah, I'm all in on Winnipeg. I'm just looking forward to playing hockey in Winnipeg this season, and we'll see what happens down the road. And then they trade him in a week. I don't think that's going to happen. So if I were a betting man, I think that Pierre-Luc Dubois is on the team next season, which a lot of people may not be happy with. But right now, I'm kind of thinking if the Jets do flounder this season, he could be a big asset at the trade deadline. And obviously I'm not hoping the Jets are bad this year, but if they are, he would be a massive addition as a rental to any team. And it doesn't just have to be the Habs, and if he's just going as a pure rental, teams will be willing to pay big money. You saw what happened with Ben Sherratt. He went for a first, a third, and a prospect. That's Ben Sherratt, who's a borderline, bottom pairing defenseman at this point. He looked terrible for the Panthers in the playoffs, and the 20 games that he did play, like what Claude Giroux got. Can you imagine what a 24-year-old center can get who's got 60 to 70 point pace in him? I mean, hey, the Jets could be looking at a gold mine come the trade deadline if they do flounder this season, or even if they don't. Maybe they make a forward move and they pick up assets and take assets out. Who knows? But lots to think about there. I don't think he's with the team beyond these 2 years. I'd be shocked. We know the whole situation. I made a video on it. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll outline everything that's gone on. It's kind of a funny video. It's a little bit of a mess, but it's a fun one for sure. But with that deal signed, he is allowed to show up to training camp now and play. Without signing that qualifying deal, he wouldn't be able to show up to training camp and practice. And I think the last thing that he wants and what the Jets want is a holdout. if he does hold out, he's ruining his own value, and that's not good for the Jets or him, and it might paint a bad picture for Montreal. Maybe Montreal would think twice about wanting him, right? So, lots to think about there. It's a very complicated situation, and it is too bad that it's going on, because, you know, the parallel to this, on the same day that he accepts that contract, is Patrik Laine signs that 4-year deal with Columbus, and he's talking about how much he loves it there. And it's just sad, you know, because Patty was supposed to be that guy here in Winnipeg. Lots of fans love him, including myself. I've got Patrik Laine jersey, Patrik Laine bobbleheads, like, love that guy. And it's just too bad the way it's shooken out, not only for Patty not being here, but now this Dubois situation's going on. So the Jets aren't going to let themselves get rolled over. I don't see Dubois getting traded for pennies on the dollar to Montreal. I don't think you're going to see a Josh Anderson and Christian Dvorak trade. I'd be shocked if the Jets do get bullied into that, and it'd be pretty embarrassing, I'm not going to lie, but I think they do hold out. Maybe it's not a trade with the Canadiens. Maybe it's a team looking for a strong 1B center, like maybe the Rangers. The Rangers are looking to unload some big-time prospects, big-time players. Who knows? See where we're at. But the one thing I want to stress is there is lots of time for things to change. And that's not only with Dubois, but with the Jets. We still have to figure out what kind of a team we got. Not a lot of change so far. There still is a lot of free agents available that are pretty quality, like Sonny Milano, Danton Heinen, Evan Rodriguez to fill in that middle six. So I'm really hoping that maybe we bring in one of those guys. I think that would help us big time. And we'll have to see how Rick Bowness does here behind the bench, how the new coaching staff looks with Brad Lauer and Marty Johnston as assistant coaches now to go along with Scott Arniel and head coach Rick Bowness. So we'll see how the Jets look this year, and then we'll talk more about the PLD situation as we go on. But right now, you got to be thinking, wow, that Monday interview is going to be uncomfortable for him and a lot of fans. And yeah, it is. And it's probably going to be uncomfortable for a while. But if the Jets do start winning fixes a lot. And I'm not saying that it'll fix the relationship that he has with wanting to go to Montreal. I don't think he hates it here or anything like that. I don't think that he's super anti-Winnipeg, but I know he has a lot of family in Montreal. I know he does have, I believe his girlfriend lives in Montreal. So I can see why you'd want to start your life and start your family where you see yourself being for the next 15 plus years, right? But at the same time, it does suck, obviously, right? So I don't think that he's going to come back here beyond the 2 years here. Maybe he'll even be gone mid-season. Lots can change. But the one thing that I do strongly think is that he'll be there at training camp, and he will be here at least until the trade deadline. And maybe magically he changes his mind. He says, man, I love Winnipeg. And yeah, but I doubt it. But that's just what the contract means. It's obviously not a long-term deal. He's not locked up long-term, so it's very movable. Just that 1 year, $6 million. Jets can retain money if they want, up to 50%. So if it is a contending team and they are cap-strapped, the Jets can trade him at just $3 million, and it wouldn't really matter because it's just a 1 year deal. So lots of stuff to think about here, but I just wanted to clarify what the contract meant, because a lot of people were saying, oh wow, is the relationship fixed? I don't think it's fixed. I still think he ends up in Montreal eventually in 2 seasons at the latest, but for right now, he is a Jet, and we're all gonna have to just look past what's going on right now and hope that we can be winning some games. As much as I'm in question about that, I'm not sure how good we are going to be this year unless we go out and we find some good middle six depth. I mean, even adding to the top 6 would be nice. Maybe move out some pieces, as I've talked about before in my Dubois video, the one I made before this. I talked about maybe moving Dylan for a forward, maybe moving Wheeler, free up some more cap space. But I think a lot of that is to come. We will see what happens, and I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think of the whole Dubois situation down below. And as always, have a great day, everyone. I will see you in the next video. I have lots of fun stuff coming, including one extra special thing. I'm not going to spoil it right now, but it is a documentary coming up. I'm not going to say about what or who, but it's a lot of fun. So, yeah, see you in the next one, guys. Go Jets, go.